Mimi Kennedy is on the line with us, actress, activist, writer, board chair of Progressive Democrats of America, pdamerica.org, and star of the hit series Mom on CBS. And she also works with free-don.org, who you hear about literally every day on this program. Mimi, welcome.
I'm so glad to be here, Tom.
Thanks for joining us.
It's all working on the Skype, is it?
Oh yeah, it's working great, and you look great, and you sound great. It's spectacular. So big happenings going on with Don Siegelman. I've referred to this the last couple of days, but not in great detail. Tell us what's going on.
Okay, well, Don Siegelman, who, I mean, I think all your listeners know, you say the Free Don website every day. And ex-governor of Alabama, most popular Democrat in Alabama, up and coming onto the national stage. He was disappeared, really, by the forces of the right-wing GOP in the 2000s during the Bush administration. And he ended up, you were talking about bribery earlier, and obvious quid pro quos. Judge Mark Fuller, who handled the prosecution, took the case that was prosecuted by some Republican U.S. attorneys, said that the jury could find inferred bribery. That means even though there was no actual proof in evidence, you could suspect a bribe had gone on and therefore convict Don Siegelman 7 years in prison.
Wow.
He's been trying to appeal his case. The Department of Justice has never done anything about that appeal. They didn't pardon him. Obama wouldn't pardon him. This is the crime that dare not speak his name. So Don Siegelman went to Oakdale Prison in Louisiana, and with Americans rising up in the streets about how people have been targeted entirely by race and incarcerated, mass incarceration, Don Siegelman, a powerful white guy, has gone to prison because he was targeted for his political opinions, I think, and the fact that he was in the Democratic Party in the South. So he's spent 2 years there. And the inmates sent him off with a homemade meal, a prison homemade meal, and fond goodbyes saying, "We hope we never see you again here, only as a free man." A new judge is taking Don's cases, Judge Land, because Judge Mark Fuller, who oversaw the prosecution and the sentencing of 7 years previously on the Alabama Federal 11th Circuit, he's doing a little time of his own in rehab for spousal abuse. His wife made a 911 call in, I believe, August.
The judge.
And you could hear him hitting her. The judge was hitting his wife on the 911 call. So he's been relieved of his cases. And suddenly, Don's hearing for release pending appeal and appeal for a new trial are both being heard. Monday, December 15th, he walks into court, and at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, we're going to do a social media thunderclap, which means everybody who lets their Twitter, Facebook accounts be used for this will receive a candle flame of hope and free Don as the message. And that will spread his story and let him know that he has support all over the nation for this aspect of a restoration of justice. And we know when he gets out, he will be a very strong voice for restoration of justice, voting rights, an end to mass incarceration, an end to being targeted for your race on the street and killed with impunity. That's all down the road. But right now, there's a great deal of hope among the people who know Don Siegelman's story that there might be a restitution of justice and a revelation of voting fraud. I mean, not voting fraud, election fraud. The voters are doing fine. Election fraud, when Don's reelection as governor was stolen by a shift of 3,000 votes in the night. I don't know we'll ever go into that, but that's how this started. Right. And we will end political targeting of dissenters or even popular Democrats who speak out on behalf of the oppressed.
So people can go to free-don.org and click the link to get to the Thunderclap site. I did that earlier, and I saw the Thunderclap site and all that, but it wasn't clear to me exactly what I should do. I didn't see a button that said click here to do this. What did I miss?
On the Thunderclap site?
Yeah.
Well, they have a lot of information, and then you go down below, and it says sign up your Facebook, sign up with your Twitter account.
Oh, so that's how you had to do it, or support with Tumblr. Those are the three action things.
Those are the three options they give you there.
Ah, okay. All right. We will support with both Facebook and Twitter. So that's how you do it. Thank you for that, Mimi. I've been scratching my head. I was looking,
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for a PayPal link or something too, but I didn't see that. So Don is on. He's actually on his way to the courthouse right now as we speak, right?
Yeah, it took 10 days, and they went via a very roundabout route. No one knows why. People are being very close-mouthed about it because ongoing investigation. Nobody wants to mar this hope. But he's cuffed and shackled, and he's in the custody of federal marshals. I don't know how he'll walk into the courtroom, but it's been a roundabout route, and he will be in Montgomery, Alabama on Monday morning. And I don't know where he is up until then, and I'm not sure how many people do, and that's kind of fine with me as long as people know it's happening and there is a lot of attention to the fact that this journey is occurring.
Yeah, and I'm on the email list also, and everybody can get on it just by going over to free-don.org, and his little letters from prison and whatnot, very, very touching, very thought-provoking.
Yes. Thom, I want to thank you just for all the attention that you've given to this case. It really passed under the radar of most Americans during the Bush administration. It went on for many years, the appeals, but because so much of this case involved a kind of a hornet's nest of things people don't want to talk about.
Especially Karl Rove.
Yeah.
Especially Karl Rove. That's the amazing thing. Mimi, and I'll tell you that story to my listeners and viewers. I'll tell you that story sometime, again one of these days. pdamerica.org, free-don.org. Mimi Kennedy. Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you, Thom. Thank you, listeners.
Great talking with you. We will be back.